was 15 years of age, I was dared into smoking my very first cigarette. What happened after smoking that very first cigarette was a very long and lengthy habit that lasted over 16 years. When my son was born, my husband, Robert, had come home and decided that he was going to use what is called the nicotine patch to try to stop smoking himself. For 2 weeks, I contemplated on whether or not to quit smoking myself. I didn't want to quit. I like smoking. I like the flavor. I like the smoke. I like the habit of it. Just the socialization I loved. But 2 weeks later, I decided that since I was recently unemployed and I didn't think it was fair that my husband would pay for my cigarettes, I decided to use the nicotine patch as well. The first day went by, not a problem. Second day, without a hitch. The third day, I forgot to put on the nicotine patch, didn't think anything of it, went on with my day. And as of January 21st, 2006, I've been a non-smoker. As you will see in this presentation, will be the price per pack of cigarettes, the price of health insurance, and the price of lives taken with smoking-related diseases. Philip Morris and R.J. Reynolds are two of the major tobacco companies in the United States. According to the Minnesota Department of Commerce, the average price per pack of cigarettes is $5.75. If you were to add up one pack of cigarette per day, the cost in a week would be $40.25. The cost in a month would be $174.90. And for a year, $2,119. If you were to continue smoking exactly one pack a day for a 10-year period, and there would be no change in the price of cigarettes, it would cost you $21,004.75. Another reason why my husband and I decided to stop smoking, not only because of the financial, but for our newborn son. At that time, with me being recently unemployed, we had to decide between cigarettes and formula. And the price of baby formula had gone up quite considerably in the 4 years since our first child was born. Since we've talked about the price of cigarettes, I'd like to speak with you now about the price differences in healthcare, insurance in particular. As you can see in this slide, Health Partners at a $3,000 deductible 100% coverage plan for the age bracket of 19 to 29, the non-smoker rate is $110.31 a month. The smoker rate is $147.08 a month. If you were to have an equivalent plan, the only difference being $50 in deductible price, so with a $3,050 deductible 100% plan with Medica, the smoker rate would be $115.08 and the non-smoking rate would be $104.62. When you look at those figures, it might not seem to be that much of a difference. However, the Surgeon General stated the economic burden of cigarette uses include more than $193 billion annually in healthcare costs and loss of productivity. Also, according to the website We All Pay the Same Price, back in 2003, 37% of Americans smoked cigarettes. But just 7 years later, in 2010, that dramatically changed from 37% down to 27.8%. So as you see, with the price of health insurance and healthcare cost, it does add up. Now I would like to speak with you about the price of lives. 1 in 5 deaths are related to tobacco. There are 226,000 new cases of lung cancer. Deaths from lung cancer are 160,000. Males equal 87,000 of that number, and females 72,000. Even though in Minnesota a price of cigarettes costs $5.75 per pack, and health insurance difference would be 10% versus smoker and non-smoker. 443,000 Americans die each year from it. Even if you don't smoke yourself, these statistics will affect you. Please ask yourself one question. Is the cost of smoking worth it to you? Thank you. Now I'd like to open up this time for any questions that you may have.
When did you start to feel more healthier after you quit smoking?
When I quit smoking, it didn't happen initially right away like I thought it would. I had tried 7 different times to quit smoking and failed. So I really didn't think that the time that I used the nicotine patch, that would be the time that would stick. I would say for me to really feel the benefits of it, it took a good 6 months. But after 3 years, I forgot that I had smoked at all.
Did you pick up any other habits after you quit smoking?
Yes, I did. I picked up the habit of candy. I couldn't get enough. It was either suckers or bubble gum or chocolate bars. I didn't realize until about a year after I quit smoking that I had replaced the habit of actually picking up a cigarette, lighting it, and holding on to it with food. And as a result of that, I had gained 40 additional pounds in that 1 year.
Do you think, since it's been several years since you have smoked, that you could just have one every now and then?
No. I know that if I was to buy a pack of cigarettes today and light up 1 cigarette, I would be smoking a pack a day immediately. So I just have to keep telling myself it's not worth the cost. Thank you for your time.